As women, we are strong.
One of you is about to become Miss Universe. Miss Trinidad Tobago is Miss Universe.
We are resilient.
They are more accepting today, the African in us, than they used to.
We are nurturing.
We are going to call you Calypso Rose, which means rose is the mother of all flowers.
We each have a story that can inspire and motivate others.
I thank God for every blessing He has given me, especially this year.
Every week at the Xanadu Tropical Resort, we chat with some of the most beautiful women who are making an extraordinary contribution to Trinidad and Tobago. They share their journey unscripted and real. This is The Pink Ego. Today on The Pink Ego.
A journey that brought together a group of creative professionals who were determined to use their skills and abilities to capture the heart and soul of one of Trinidad and Tobago's cultural milestones, soca music.
I always thought, it would be pretty cool if we could take some of these soca songs and strip them down in an unplugged version.
Feel like I'm in a ride like this
A Million Concepts, the mastermind behind the production.
Hi, Patrice, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
First of all, let me just say congratulations on everything that's happening. I mean, I've been watching, I've been watching you, and I've seen so much is happening and so much is going on. So.
Yeah, a lot is happening. But thank you very much. It's a lot of hard work and I'm realizing dedication to ensure that we are where we are right now.
Exactly, to build a brand that is recognizable as the Uncovered, as most people would know you from. It's been 4 years now.
Yeah, it's 2014. Time flying, boy. 2014 and now we're in 2017. It's about 3 years.
Okay.
Actually, 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. But before we get into all of the Uncovered business and stuff like that, obviously, I think that a lot of times, we see brands or we see persons in business and we don't realize that there's a journey to get to that point,
that's true.
And we don't always know the people behind it. We feel like, oh yeah, I know her, but we know the brand, we don't know the person. So, I've seen you work. Tell me a little bit about your childhood though. How was that?
I think as a child, I'm part of a huge family.
Right.
I have 5 other brothers and sisters, and then there's mommy and daddy. So, I am the second child, but everybody always assumes that I'm the oldest.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
For some reason, I always thought you were the third.
No, I'm the second. I'm right after David.
Okay.
My older brother, who he does music production. So Melodies, yeah. So I am second, but you're actually the first person to tell me that. Usually people will see me and will be like, yeah, I thought you were the first one, but no, yeah. And I think that in itself creates a dynamic of who I am and how I am, because I think for a while it was just David and I as a pair, and then my other siblings came a couple of years after. So David and I would have been very close at that point in time, and then pop, the rest of them just kind of fall in line.
Yeah.
So it went from this being, brother, sister to, okay, we have all these younger siblings to take care of. And I think because of that, for me, I assumed a very maternal or nurturing role. So I would always be the one looking after everybody or in charge or taking care of things. And it's funny because my mom made a joke the other day for my baby, and she said when we were growing up, my grandmom and her sisters used to make a joke and said, they used to call me the maestro. Yeah, because I was always, a principal, just kind of behind everybody and keeping order and making sure everybody was in line. So I think that in itself kind of helped nurture who I am as a person. And I was always the bright child. I was always the one that everybody has referred to as the girl who will do real good in academics, and she will go university and probably get a PhD. I was classified as that child. Everybody else was more in the creative space, but I was the academic child. So my thing was always trying to come first in tests, or trying to be the best.
Type A personality.
Yeah, trying to be the best at what I could be, kind of thing. And which actually was in favor for me at some point in time. There was another point after secondary school where I felt like, okay, I've gone through all these years studying so hard, trying to do these things, but I still haven't found like a niche, you know, or a space to say, well, I really like this subject, or I really like. So I felt like, okay, I don't know what route to take at this point. And then all my friends, I went to Convent St. Joseph, Convent Port of Spain. And all my friends at that time they were applying for scholarships to go away, and then I was conscious of the fact that, okay, I come from a big family and my parents are gonna have money to be sending me, when I get scholarship or not, like, you know, the accommodation and the airfare. And I remember thinking about all the things and being like, Chad, I said, just chill out and go UES. Just take people free education and stay here. We can live in your mother house for the while and live. Even picking a degree to do UE was I remember that being such a confusing, dismal space in my life, because I was like, okay, I know for sure what I don't like, but I don't know what I like. So how do you fit yourself in a space now where everything is so classified with subjects and areas and degrees, when you don't know what you like and you don't know what you want? I actually just went the route of, okay, I don't want to do business because I'm not too keen on the business stuff. I don't want to do science because that definitely wasn't on that. But I was like, let me try and find something kind of in between. Creative never crossed my mind. I was always good at music in school because I felt it was like very natural for me. My family is very musically oriented. My dad is a musician. So it didn't cross my mind to say, well, let me go into the creative arts in UWI and try and do music or film or anything like that. It was just So I ended up doing psychology, and if you ask me now anything I learned in my 3 or 4 years of my degree, I can't tell you anything. I'm not a psychologist. I can sit down and have a conversation and analyze, you know, from what I would assume is common sense, but I can't, the terms and the analogy, no. Because I find that was a very autopilot space in my life. Okay, like, let's just do the assignments, get the work done, try and stay. And I wasn't even an overachiever at that point anymore. I felt like I was just going in emotion. I was just, you know, getting things done. What did happen and what was very impactful at that time was the people that I met while I was doing those courses and that degree. And that was very based on social interaction. So when we had no class time, like I would just be in UE, sitting online with a couple of friends I knew, and then other people would come around, and then, you know, you start to interact and learn about new people and develop new relationships. And that's kind of where I ventured into opening up to working with like creative people, because for some reason they seem to have a lot more time than the rest of us on campus. People who did film and music, so they would just kind of be back and forth. And I remember I met this one person, his name is Stephen Taylor. He did film, and Stephen saw me a day on the stairs in uni, and he's like, what do you do? So I said, I said psychology, and he said, do you want to be a psychologist? I was like, no. And then he said, what are you good at? And I was like, I don't know, like I'm just good at organizing stuff. And then he said, you know, I have some projects coming up with film and school, and I need somebody to produce them. Mind you, I don't know anything about the production world. I just know film, you should be on a camera, boom, movie appears or short film appears. So he's like, no, like I need a producer to help organize and pull things together for some of his assignments that he had for class. And I said, okay, well, I mean, I have nothing else going on, sure, why not? And with the first project I helped him on was a class project. I remember falling so in love with that aspect of things and being so intrigued by the sets and film and directing, and I was like, wait, this is actually real cool. So when I was finished with UE, I think I remember it was a couple of months before the degree wrapped up. There was an opportunity to do an internship with PHP. So I said, okay, well, let me try it and see. I'm finishing up school now, so I need to, you know, focus on what do I do after. Do I go to have a full-time job? Do I, you know, what are the routes? So I was like, okay, try the corporate world, see how you feel about it. Went into it, did very good at it, but I didn't feel fulfilled or satisfied, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, if I stay here, I could probably get real money, you know, working,
I get that.
you know, doing things, and it's like, but I don't know if I'll be happy, you know, and I will end up feeling. And my thing is, when I get involved in something, I get so involved that it consumes my entire thoughts and being. So And it's like, if I get a job for somebody else, like, I will just be consumed in their dreams and their, reality.
Exactly,
And it's just like, no. I actually reached out to David and I was like, you know what? You have a business. I'm not doing anything. Yes. What I observed with David's business and studio is that he's very good at being creative. So coming up with melodies and music and production and instrumentals. But when it came to like the organizing side, like the administrative side and having to deal with the projects, I'm calling around and why the artists not here on time and sessions.
Don't do that. They're not really.
So he's struggling with that, frustrating himself with that, and then still trying to find the creative space in his mind to go and create beats and do the music and the sessions. So I remember seeing that and I was like, David, here what? I don't have anything else going on right now. So if you want, I'll help administer the projects for you. So he said, he's like, cool, well, I mean, sure, if it take the weight off my shoulders, no problem. And then somewhere in the midst of that, at the time it was Carnival 2013, I think, and he has so much soca projects that I was administering for him. And I remember there was a couple songs I was like, try this real cool, if somebody could, if you could add, at the time too I had so much time on my hands, I was on YouTube a lot, so I was on Facebook and YouTube just looking at videos, and I would stumble across all these cover videos of people doing amazing covers of songs. So somehow in the mix of that, and then crossing in the studio and hearing the soca songs, it just hit like, hey, it'd be real cool if you could do covers of these soca projects. At that time, he was not opening up to working with a lot of new singers. Denise, my sister as well, he was grooming her into, she started doing backgrounds with him as well. But he started to groom her into doing a little more solo projects. So she was around and there were a couple other people. And I remember saying, well, if they could sing, if we have soca projects that we could reference, there's the idea of doing covers of these songs. We have a studio at our disposal. Why not, try something and see if it could work?
So was that like the birth of Uncovered, or was
that was it in itself? Because I didn't have a name at the time. I was just, okay, let's just do covers of these songs.
Right.
And I can't remember how the name. I remember thinking I wanted a clever name. So what I do a lot of times when I have ideas is I would have a concept based on a word, and then I would start like researching the word. So I would look at go to the thesaurus and look at synonyms for the word. And I remember there was some word I had, I think it said hidden talents or hidden or unknown or something like that. I was looking at different keywords in relation to the fact that you're using unknown talent to do the cover song. And then Uncovered, when I saw Uncovered, I was like, oh, this is it. Like, they're doing covers of a song.
That makes sense. It makes so much sense.
It just clicked.
So I think, a lot of times, there's so many creatives in Trinidad, but there's not enough platforms. Which is why I think people gravitate to Uncovered, because
we didn't even know that.
Really good platform.
Yeah, we didn't even know that. We didn't realize that this was something people saw as an opportunity for them to step out. Because I felt like it didn't click at the time that there really weren't much things in entertainment happening besides like competitions, just arriving stars, all different. They really have anything else happening that was just about showcasing singing talent. There was the mobile dance off. There were lots of different dance shows.
And I think Digicel had one point just different things they had in one. It wasn't just it wasn't just vocals, it was dance and different things as well. But it got started. It went, like I said, I saw the video, it went viral and all that stuff. But with every brand, you will have challenges at some point, especially when you're expanding or you're growing. What has been some of your challenges in terms of getting it to this point as well?
I think when I realized that I was now a producer, I was no longer just organizing projects. Like, I'm a producer of my own project now. I think that in itself was like a wake-up call, because it wasn't what it initially was set out to be. It was just a good idea and just put it out there. And then for me, I thought on the business end of it, aside from it just being a passion project, how I could capitalize is like, people will see the videos and the shows and say, oh, this is real good quality stuff, let's call her and have her come and produce our stuff. Like, that was how I had it in my mind. It wasn't for me to continue doing this on my own. When it got to the point where people looking forward to the next episode and then next season, and I was like, I'm stuck. Like, I have to stay here and continue to do this. Otherwise, this thing that started to inspire people so much, if I stop it now, then what's there to inspire young people who seem so enthused about it?
So was that your defining moment?
It was, because then I reached the point where, I think it happened when we wrapped up the mid-season finale of the first season.
Okay.
And I actually was like, you know, I want to stop here. This is like, I think 5 episodes in, 5 webisodes. I was like, I'm good here, no, like I don't need to continue.
Yeah.
And then people, I had one from Synergy saying, are you crazy? Like, you have to do live shows now. You have to put these singers, they can't be on your web show anymore.
Yeah.
You have to actually let people see and hear them in person. And I'm like, okay, well then they can, let them go ahead and go to that. I don't need to be responsible for that.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you can't, because they are now a brand that you put out there now. So now you are responsible for ensuring that they get, you know, full mileage and promotion out of the idea. I remember thinking, John, I just wanted to do a show and many people sing and go my way. I didn't want, you know, this added responsibility of basically like managing the talents individually and ensuring that, you know, promotionally they get their full scope out of it, which, I mean, even for me, I saw it as just, okay, we're just doing a show, but for them, they get promotion and a lot of the eyes and people seeing
Exactly.
it.
And it's an avenue for them to express themselves, and this is what most creative ones do, all creative people want that avenue to express themselves, so I think that's good. Being a woman now, I mean, with an established or recognizable brand, how is it for you? What are some of the misconceptions that you think people have of you?
I think for me, I wouldn't say of me, but just women in general. Even for me, I'm sometimes a little weirded out by going into meetings, business meetings or sponsoring or corporate meetings, because I feel like, okay, I don't know if y'all are actually paying attention to what I'm here to present, or if you're just looking at me as a woman, you know, like, oh, there's a woman, oh, there's a red girl saying she coming to talk about saying, oh, pretty girl, cool, right? I mean, she'll say, hey, but she looking good, you know. So sometimes I wonder, are you really listening to me as a business person, or are you looking at me because of my femininity or my, you know, gender? And that's something that I actually started to, like actually in dealing with any business venture, like I would have a male counterpart there just to balance that off, because I know, I mean, the reality is they will have somebody there who's really not there to take it serious. They just want to look at it.
Yeah,
you know?
we've all had that experience, I think.
Yeah. So I remember the initial business stuff, I was like, I had a friend, I was like, Jen, you gotta come to this meeting, you know, just dress the, you don't have to say nothing, but just dress the class and be there.
Right.
You know, now I'm a little more confident, and like I would go and I can kind of detect it off the bat and be like, okay, yeah.
Because I've actually had that experience, which is why I asked. Like, I know a lot of women, probably, especially within the entertainment sector, would have that experience. Unfortunately, you know, you go into a project and you're just on business, but there are people who may not be thinking business, and then because they realize, okay, that's not going to happen, they sabotage the projects. They, you know, they become very difficult to work with, and it's just like, oh my God, you know.
Which actually had me on edge for one of the projects that we had sponsor on board for, because I was like, if he really just giving me this lie because you know he like more, he find, he wants something from it. Like, I'm gonna go through all this hard work for him to have the ability, I mean, last second to pull this under my, you know, pull the rug under me and see what. Now we're not doing this again, another project come that we're going to invest in. You know. So there's a shakiness with that too that comes when you're dealing with business and. But
I know for me, I think, and you can tell me if this is for you too, it didn't deter me. I think it just made me more determined to get my own, and to be and to continue to be my own person and my own voice. I mean, how? Yeah,
I think for me it was a learning experience, because that, yes, but also like I try to shift focus on not just, I don't see it as like a gender thing anymore. It's just what is the goal? Ultimately, what do you want to get out of this? If this is your goal, let's try and just put things in place to ensure that you get the goal at the end of the day. While still maintaining your brand and your reputation, because you don't want to, you know, take shortcuts and do things in a way that could skew how people perceive you. That's another thing. Like, I'm a brand now, so you have to be conscious of
way of thinking.
Like what you put out on social media, your personal life, like all those different things, the things that you have to start encroaching on now, because more people zoning in on you. You have people who supporting you, but you have the people who eyeing you with an extra, let me see what, you know, and then you just have the bad mind people who just go like when people be, you know, doing good. So I think one thing that I've learned, and my mom and my dad always tell us is, you know, stay humble and keep things close. So even if you're successful, you know, thank God, you could, you know, put this out there publicly for people to appreciate and acknowledge it too, but don't put too much too soon all the time.
Yeah.
You know, because not everybody has the intentions.
Yeah. It's funny thing too, because like even up to this morning I posted something. I said, you know, very private people have the ability to share, you know, about their life, very little of their life, but in a way that you know, you think that you know a lot.
Right.
And you know, of course, being in business, you kind of have to get, you know, you have to connect with people, so you have to put stuff out, but you have to like be more mindful of what you put out.
Yeah, it's a balance.
You talk about personal life. We're gonna get into that a little bit. I mean, you know, from my experience, I at least looking at you, very strong personality.
Right.
You know what you want, you're assertive. How has that been for you in terms of a relationship? Do you think that affects your relationship in any kind of way? Being a woman now, again, having a brand.
Yeah.
Does any of that affect your relationships at all, do you think?
I mean, I think for me, I've had different types of relationships. So I've had somebody who's very strong-minded and, you know, we clash.
Yeah.
I've had somebody who was a little more subdued. The thing is, like, I've never had a mux, that's the thing. And everybody's always been, like, they've had their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
And I think in the process of that, like, you start filtering out what you need and what you don't need in a relationship. And then you start filtering out personalities as well, like what could work for you, what can't work for you. For me, I realized that I can't, because I'm always going and because I have all these different ideas, like, I can't see myself being with somebody who, like, for example, has an 8 to 4, because the way how I would structure things, I want somebody who also has that flexibility to share life with and to work with and around, you know. I think there is different components that as you go through relationships or go through certain life experiences, you start checklisting things and realizing, okay, you know, this can work, this could work, you know. And so I think in being a strong person, the challenge in that is usually the case where you feel like you're always right, or you always feel like you know.
Yeah.
But then you also have, I mean, the hope is that you would find somebody who could deal with you in a way where when you don't know and you're talking utter nonsense, you can highlight and say, no, that's, yeah.
Exactly.
You know, and so when you don't have that, then you can reach a point where you're overpowering and then you realize
the dynamics is off.
Yeah, and then you will know, you always know, you know what equilibrium suits you. So, to me, that would be I think that's the challenge and the growth that comes with it. Having a mirror for yourself to see as you grow what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And you'll make mistakes along the way. Not every relationship you would have been in works in the way that you would like for it to work or that you hoped it would in the beginning.
Right.
But ultimately, it's a learning curve that would lead you, hopefully, to the right person once you learn each lesson along the way.
Yeah, that's true. I think that sometimes too, you know, because you get so accustomed to being the person that calls the shots.
Yeah.
Sometimes that you actually remember, like, okay, you know, you're not in work. You have to be more mindful of that. So of course, that kind of tends to.
That's like my mom. My mom is a teacher, and so she's so accustomed. She teaches boys, primary school level. Okay. But she's so accustomed, like, balling behind the boys and being, like, aggressive and trying to keep them in check that sometimes she would come home and bring them home and say, Mommy, we don't need to do that. We don't sometimes. So a simple scenario like that, like, if you're accustomed being your own boss in your own world and you're doing things, like, it could easily trickle into a relationship where, you know, something happened and you don't like it and you quicker say off the song, but then I think when feelings and love come into play and you realize that you have a care and a concern for somebody other than yourself, naturally the process of taking them into consideration and how they feel and not just how you feel, it happens organically on its own.
Yeah.
And if the person has a personality that allows for that communication to take place as well too, then I think, you know, it can work. You would know the dynamic of it is something that you can detect. If you open it.
Now, at the end of the day, now, you know, you have a vision, you're going towards it. Obviously, your legacy would be something that you would think about.
Yeah.
What would you want your legacy to be?
I think that's a question. It's hard because I just turned 27 and I remember thinking, was I real old? Should I take somebody else?
But you have a brand.
But that's the thing. So people tell me, like, you're still young, right? So you've accomplished a lot during this time. And I think the more I talk to people, the more I realize how inspiring the project is, or how inspiring unknowns to me, you know, I am to people. So I think I would want people to remember me as somebody a young person who had an idea and went after it to bring it to life, and to be inspiring, you know, to take that inspiration and continue to inspire other people to do that as well. So I would like people to remember me as I'm not just the uncovered girl, but you know, the young girl who had an idea and who saw an avenue to make an idea into you know, a movement and a phenomenon, and it became what it became.
And never gave up.
And never gave up.
Na 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 na. Oh oh oh. Na 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 na. Life is so good to me. Life is so good to me. Oh, so good to me. To me. From you wake up this morning, you're a winner. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Super producer, guys. Ultimate dreaded
It's been a journey.
Grimes.
It's been a
Ultimate
very
Grimes.
it's been a stressful journey trying to produce this video in particular.
Conception to completion.
Pretty came to us with this dojo center idea, and in being able to shoot here, we had to work within the parameters of certain rules that we can and can't do.